So Brad shared this tweet with us. You can put it up if you want to. I have parts of it here.
I can pull it up. Yeah.
Great.
Give me a second.
James Lindsay tweeted in response to a question of how do we restore confidence? I think it said of the American people. I think he meant like in our government and in what we're doing as a country.
How do you gain the confidence of the American people again is the question by Sean Ryan show. Don't ever go watch the Sean Ryan show. It's all about BCM. Trust me. And then James Lindsay quote tweeted and said, integrity, transparency, accountability, consistency, and time. There are no shortcuts, and they have permanently lost a few generations already.
So he's suggesting that the American government and institutions act with integrity, transparency, accountability, consistency, and time, and that over that time, that will regain the confidence of the American people. That's what he's suggesting.
That's what it sounds like to me, how you gain the confidence of the American people. That's what you got to do. That's what the government of America needs to do. And I think that is maybe the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Maybe. It reminds me of, we had Representative Briscoe Kane, Charles' friend, episode 20. He's all of our friends. Yeah. Friend of the show, follower. He voted wrong on the calories poll, but we still love him.
He's correct.
He's wrong. He was on the show in episode 20, and I'm not remembering exactly what he said, but he said, a government of limited powers requires a moral people, right? That's what he said. And at the end of it, he's like, I don't know. I think it might be over. I think the West has fallen, is what he said. So it kind of ties in with this. Like, is it too late? I guess the question is, for even integrity and whatever those words are.
I don't think it's too late. I mean, I don't think we should ever have full trust in the government. Like, I think we always need to have a healthy level of skepticism of our government. And so I never want to strive for full trust, because I think once you give that, then that's when you turn a blind eye to a lot of bad things that are happening. But I do think there should be enough trust where you don't feel as though your government is out to get you every single day of every single year. And I don't know what can do that other than an entirety of like cleaning house. And I don't mean cleaning house of our elected officials, because I think elected officials are like the least of the problem. I think it's all the bureaucrats that are embedded in these levels of government that have these ideologies, and they claim to just be, 9 to 5 bureaucrats who love their job, but they're really pushing it through these other levers that we don't see. I think that's where it needs to be addressed. And we need more things in place, which I don't know exactly what those are, but things in place that prohibit them from using their ideology to influence things. Like, I don't know where I had this conversation, but the Biden administration was using, I think, DMVs and other like places where you come in to get government services to double as voter registrars. And they were only putting the resources in communities that were heavily Democratic. And so that is weaponizing government and increasing a distrust. And you have career bureaucrats who fulfill those things. And so I think that's where the problem is and where it needs to be addressed. The elected officials, they come and they go, and these people wait them out. And so I think if we want to have trust in our government, we need to dig deep, root it out. Like if you have a root canal, I think they put like a thing in there and like spin it and like clean it. I don't know exactly what they do, but they
brush my teeth.
Huh?
I brush my teeth.
Couldn't tell.
Well, I can tell because I've never had a root canal.
Well, neither have I, if I don't even know how to do it. But I thought they had to drill inside or something. And like, that's what I mean. Drill down deep in the government, clean all the gook out, get some good people in there who genuinely want to serve the people. And I think we get better. But I don't think that's ever going to happen.
I think James Lindsay is a very smart person, and I really appreciate his work in the sense that he does a fantastic job of explaining what is happening and why it's happening and stuff like this, like all of the woke and the cultural wars and all this other stuff, and the critical racism, critical Marxism, and critical this and that, and gender theory and all that stuff, critical pedagogy, if you will, as well. And I think he does a good job, but his prescriptions are always nightmares. Like it's not going to do absolutely anything, or they're totally fucking impossible. The idea that the government of any government is going to have integrity, transparency, accountability, consistency, and time is insane. That's never happened ever. No government has ever done that ever. I don't know. Michael's probably going to say the Bitcoin guy down in what's it called? El Salvador? No.
Yeah, El Salvador. Yeah.
Is it El Salvador? Yeah. And maybe that's it. Maybe that or Malay down in Argentina. Huh?
No.
Why would I say that?
Why would you point to those two people?
As integrity and having integrity, transparency, accountability, consistency, and time.
Because it seems like maybe those people are, heading in that direction, but they're not permanent. And especially with the American government, it's impossible to have a government with the power and size of the American government and have accountability or consistency or transparency. You can't have democracy and have consistency. It's not going to happen. It's insane. It's an insane idea that this to even put this out there as a possibility. They're going to transparency is impossible. They're not going to tell you what they're doing behind closed doors. They're not going to tell you what they're saying behind closed doors. You have to force that. If it's going to happen, you have to force them to do it somehow. Maybe someone somewhere is going to work on that, trying to get transparency in government.
They'll find a way around it.
Right. And there's not going to be consistency because if in a democracy where you're playing people off of each other and everything, it's just going to be whatever gets you elected in the moment. And there's no personal recourse for anything. They can lie through their teeth. They can do whatever the fuck they want. And if you ever get any recourse, it's going to be in their official capacity. So really, you're just suing yourself. And it's not no one ever goes to jail. Anthony Fauci can lie through his teeth and force kids to wear masks when they swim and wear big bubbles when they're playing instruments and cut holes in their masks so they can play the saxophone and talk about the wonders of the vaccine and lie about the gain of function and funding it and where it came from and all this other stuff and closing schools, and nothing's going to fucking happen to them ever. And that's not going to change ever. I don't know what is how do you gain the confidence of the American people? I don't know. National divorce?
I think the president should, any president that wants to get the heat off of them and never wants to answer any questions and be able to do whatever they want to do without any attention, is if they just created a website and every day at like noon on this website, they were just release like information, JFK stuff, alien stuff, like just daily. And because there are a number of secrets that shouldn't be deemed national security purposes, and they just released it constantly. I think that would increase public confidence. It would also be a constant distraction. They'd be able to do whatever they want because we would always be talking.
The CIA would kill them in a heartbeat.
Do the first one, and then if you die, then everybody knows the CIA killed you.
I mean, they're still getting away with it with JFK.
We don't know that.
Side effect. There's nothing we can do.
Agreed.
That's not true. If our founding fathers said that when they were starting this country, we would not be here on this podcast today.
Okay, fair enough. We need to follow the words of Thomas Jefferson.
And their challenge is deeper than ours.
Yeah, maybe. I actually would we could have a debate about that, but we need to follow the words of Thomas Jefferson. We need a revolution every generation, period. Get rid of all the bureaucrats with all their corruption and institutional malaise and secrecy and all this stuff. They'll just be replaced by other people who are going to be secret and corrupt. And the system has built-in guardrails to make sure that it always stays the same. That secrets get kept, that they keep lying to the American people, that the media spouts their lies, that the politicians say nothing of substance, and that they are only in pursuit of power. It makes me wonder, what the fuck are they protecting? What are they hiding? Actually, are they just hiding that the CIA killed John F. Kennedy? We know 63% of the American people know, if you look at the latest polling. That's not a surprise. There's aliens out there. Yeah, we know. I would say probably a majority of the American people know that there are aliens out there. So what are they actually protecting?
Well, I think not everybody believes in aliens. Like my barber does not believe in aliens. Like we were having this conversation actually last week. He does not.
When was the last time you saw your barber? It looks like you need to go to him.
I know. I didn't go this week. Thanks very much. So he does not believe in aliens. And I think there are a lot of people genuinely do not believe in things like that. I also think that, is Michael there? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I also think that
Do I?
Yeah. No, it's happened like 3 or 4 times, but it's happened twice in like 2 minutes.
I also think that the secrets that they keep. I mean, I don't know the reason for the secrets that they keep. I think it's kind of stupid that they do. But even though we know some of these secrets, like aliens and stuff, we don't actually know them. Like we do because there have been whistleblowers, all that. But the fact is that they have not put out anything confirming it, and I think that level of confirmation is very distinct from what we know. So in the sense that we're well aware of it, but until we get some real confirmation, it's untrue. It remains, and they want to keep that level of cover by not actually confirming it.
I don't know. I mean, I hear what you're saying on the aliens specifically, but if you just step out a little bit, COVID origins, Epstein files, Project Blue Book. I mean, we have 50 years of a web of secrecy. What is it in service of?
Way more than 50.
Yeah, whatever, however many years. What is it in service of? Did I freeze again?
No. Brad, are you saying it was from the start of the country, or what are you saying?
Yes, 100%.
Okay, all right.
For sure.
Okay.
I mean, the founding father, the beautiful document, whatever, blah, 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 blah. The myth and the ethos, whatever, all that stuff. The founding father is great. Fine, whatever. It's not like they were always telling the truth.
I mean, honest Abe. I mean, he wasn't a founding
father. Not a founding father. Learn your history.
I know.
Anyhow,
my question is, well, if it's 100 years of secrecy and hiding and lying, I mean, the 1913, Federal Reserve Act, which created the central bank and put us on an income tax. Like they did it over Christmas. It's all in service of something else. I don't know what. I'm going to go put my tinfoil hat on and I'll be back and I'll tell you what, but I don't think you can undo 100 years of bullshit, of complete and utter lies and intentional lies. I don't know. I think you need a revolution. Not a violent one, but it's got to change pretty fundamentally. And I hate to tell you, because I know all of us probably click the right side of the ticket more than we click the left side of the ticket, but the Republicans ain't saving us.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, no, like I agree. They're not saving.
Yeah, the government is not in the habit of shrinking. It's going to grow and grow and grow forever and ever and ever. And maybe you'll get like a little like carve out here and there, but somewhere else is going to grow 3 times bigger. It's not getting smaller. They're not getting less intrusive. It's going one direction and one direction only until what Michael is suggesting and Charles totally supports 100%, which is a revolution.
No comment.
Or something, yeah, or something worse. I have the solution, and then we will end the show because it's been a fun show. Okay. Death penalty is the solution.
To who?
For what?
The politicians and their...
It's a hell of a way to end this.
Well, not our friends, the politicians.
We could have sandwiched that in something else, so no one.
The crooked ones.
In the words, Michael's agreeing